This is Lorena, and I wanted to do the second part of the Doodle challenge. Yeah, I've been sick, and hopefully today, or the last 2 days, I've been finally getting better. I had some voice issues, but on this part of the challenge, we're going to do the longarm quilting portion. I am going to extend this challenge probably till March 15th, because that's when my birthday is, and if you want to participate, you're welcome to participate. Join Lorena's Quilting Facebook group. And all you have to do is post either a doodle or you doing the challenge by doing it on your domestic machine or by you doing the doodle on your longarm quilting machine. Yeah. So I wanted to just share with you that I'm going to extend the challenge. Also, some of you already did participate. So in January, the people who did post, I'm going to do a drawing and do a giveaway that way. So yeah, I hope you like this. I'll see you in the quilting. All right, bye. So there's several elements that I wanted to share with you, and one of them it's trying to get a consistent stitch. The longarm quilting machines are very advertise friendly about how fluid they are and how they flow so fluidly, but that's a problem when you're doing intricate work like Pebbles. You want the ability to control the machine when you're quilting, and that's why I have this pillow that I got from Sharon Chamber. She used to use rice bags or a foam pillow that she would drag under her bar, and that would give her the kind of tension or drag that she needed so she can do accurate quilting. So I got it from a professional, okay? This is not me thinking it up. I got it from her. I watched one of her videos and she talked about this pillow. But after a period of time, you're not going to need the pillow because you're going to be able to have the feeling of what moving the machine feels like with or without the drag. You kind of get used to it and you don't need it as much. But when I first started, it really did help me control the machine and get me to move it where I wanted to move it. So that is key for me. Now, some people don't do that, but I'm letting you know what I do and how I work it. My pillow, it's a foam, it's 1 inch, and I turned it looked ugly before, so I made a pillow for it. I do have a video of it. I'll link it on the information on how to make the pillow. Now, I don't tuck a lot of it in, I just tuck some of it in. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is how you quilt. Some people quilt standing up, some people quilt sitting down. What I recommend if you're standing up is try to get yourself in a position where you're leaning on the belly bar and your hands are either on the bar and you're controlling it that way, or where you're comfortable. I think being comfortable when you're quilting is very important because you can create some back problems, some neck problems. I tend to quilt this kind of work sitting in a sitting position, and I have several chairs that have a hydraulic system that go to the height of my machine, and they're very adjustable. They come very low or they come very high. So I'm going to show you the chairs, okay? What I like about this saddle chair is that when you're on the longarm quilting machine, you can adjust it to the height that you need when you're long arming. And also too, this chair goes so low, they'll go under the table. You want a chair that has that kind of versatility, especially when you're on the long arm. Just wanted to share this. When you're doing this kind of work, you're going to find your sweet spot. And the only way you find that sweet spot is you doing it yourself, you sitting in the machine. There's times where I have my seat higher and I'm fine with that for a period of time, and then I lower my machine and I get more comfortable. Alright, so here you see me with my pillow, and I'm rolling it, I'm just tucking a little bit of it into my machine. If you have a smaller throat space, make yourself a smaller pillow, okay? Some of you don't have as big of a throat space as I do. Okay, so I have 2 clips here. One of my body position and also one of how my quilting looks. Here you can see that my neck is hunching. That's a big no-no. As I started quilting, I got really uncomfortable, but this is not normally how I quilt. I am using my upper handles, and normally I use micro handles when I quilt. But I know some of you don't have micro handles, and I wanted to share a variety. This is not my normal quilting style. What I don't like about it is when I'm using those upper bars, I tend to wobble more. My body wobbles, and that makes me have more inconsistency in my quilting. Because as you can see, my arms are up in the air and I'm moving my upper body a little bit more, so my quilting will show a little bit of that wobble. I recommend that you lean on your belly bar and you try to stay as kind of straight as you can and only move your arms. I also recommend that you have your arms or your elbow hitting that belly bar and leaning on that belly bar, so you're only moving the machine. Now here you see me on my micro handles. If you people are on the fence on this and you don't know if you should get them, if you want to do some intricate work like tiny little pebbles or feathers and real micro quilting and stuff, I recommend you get these. They're worth every penny. If your machine provides them, I would get them. Because if you want to do custom quilting, this little micro handle tool is awesome. As you can see, I am still in the same body position, but the micro handles for some reason give me a lot more control. Also, you see my hand, do you see my arm right there? It's leaning on that belly bar. So the only thing that's moving is my hands, not my arms or my upper body. So as you see my quilting, you see more consistency. It looks cleaner, it looks rounder, there's no weird wobbles, and on top of the stitching, when I'm coming back around, you see that it's a cleaner line. I also believe that how you position your body has a lot to do with your consistency when you're doing this kind of intricate work. But let me just say this, you're learning. You're going to find your sweet spot when you're quilting. You're going to find what you're most comfortable with. You're going to just find it as you're playing around, practicing on your machine. My practice sessions, and I recommend this, take only 30 minutes to quilt. In a class called Psychology and Learning, they say that the body can only handle 15 minutes of learning, and afterwards it gets overwhelmed, gets fatigued, and it stops learning. So I recommend that you spend 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes quilting, walk away from it, let your brain adjust to the learning process, and then come back. Years ago, I did a challenge for myself that I only got on the machine 30 minutes a week to do this kind of work. And the truth is, that's all you need to create the skill. 30 minutes once a week. It gives you the opportunity to learn. It gives your brain and your hands to learn the movement. And also, don't put too much pressure on yourself. While you're doing this, breathe. If you make mistakes, it's okay. Pat yourself on the back when you don't make a mistake, and don't judge yourself when you do. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to fail. Sometimes I would do some quilting and I would be so frustrated with the process. Cut yourself a break. You're learning, and just walk away. And later on, when you have new eyes on it, you're like, it's not that bad. It's pretty good. It's not horrible. So this is how I quilt. This is my favorite position. And yeah, I really hope you try and join the challenge. And I'll see you in the quilting. So I really do hope you like this challenge. This is the Longarm portion of the challenge. Please join me on Loneliness Quilting Facebook group and participate in the challenge if you would like, or just join if you want to see what I'm up to when I'm not done with the flu. Yeah. So I'll see you later. Bye.